it'll drain the battery.
That's fine with me. I was gonna be fighting the move here.
I know. I'm
Can you
waiting.
see him?
That's what-
I scooted over so you guys can see this way.
We don't have the paper just from last time.
What? For the budget. The minutes?
The budget.
You need it, I have mine.
Chris.
Oh, yeah, so we did it, didn't we?
Is that on?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna call it to order. This is our budget adoption meeting, October 6th, 2025. Gabby, can you do the roll call, please?
Joni Stafford,
Here.
Alexis Roosh. Here. Krista Hallbrader.
Here.
Jeff Powers.
Here.
Amy Barber.
Here.
Okay, everybody's here. When was that budget meeting?
It was on September 8th.
Okay, so September 8th budget was presented. Does anybody have any questions, recommendations that they want to make before we vote on the ordinance? Nope. Give everybody a chance. Please.
Oh, I just said, I don't know if she took it out or, but the community center board met and we're gonna take over the Astro yearly. And it's like 161 a month. So
Really?
probably- Yeah, Astro for the key fobs. So we're gonna take that over, so we're 161 times 12, and then it's $221 a month, or a year, sorry, not a month, a year. We have to have all the fire stuff tested, because we have the seniors and everything. So we're taking that over, and then we're gonna take over the monthly Sparklight, which I believe is $79 a month times 12, because we're doing well and we're getting money in.
79.
Yeah, times 12. So we're gonna take both those bills over. Yeah, I think total is around 3,000 something. We're gonna
Really?
take over.
Yeah.
So that's the
Did you add
community.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's 948 for
Center.
the 79 times 12. And then was it 161 for the other?
Yeah,
Times 12
plus 221.
plus 221
Hold on.
is 2153.
Total.
2153 plus the 948 would be
Oh.
a little bit over 300.
Yeah, we're in the middle of our feasibility study, so
Yeah,
we can,
3101.
we want to start taking over some of those, so that can come out.
Did you know about that, Gabby?
Yeah, she said that she's going to move it to a different appropriation and write a check to Alexis for the community center for how much it is.
There's no check.
There is no check.
They're gonna start paying their bills.
They're-
Oh,
they're
Yeah,
gonna start.
so the
Yeah,
town
I know
has
that,
some
yeah.
money.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
oh, I'm
So
sorry.
did we take that off of the budget?
That's right.
I
Well, I doubt it. You just sent it. Did you just send it today?
No, I sent it on like Thursday
Okay.
to
She
try to get,
hasn't been in since Thursday, so.
okay. So we just have to make sure it comes off the budget and it can go somewhere else. Because we're trying to get more self-sustaining.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start there because we know what it is, you know. The heat bills and stuff are kind of like all over the
Yeah.
place, so it's a starting point for us.
Well, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
yeah, thanks.
Progress.
Baby step.
okay, so we know we need to add that back in. Anybody else?
Don't have anything right.
Did you guys end up budgeting 1,000 for the festival next year?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it's not on here.
I think they added it last time after this was already, but I feel like that should probably come back off.
For next year? You're not in favor?
I did bring, like, I did all the financials for the festival this year, and with our donations and what we made off of vendors, once all the expenses came out, we have a profit of $380.
Okay.
That's with no money from the town. So we got $380 going into next year already.
I think the town ought to put money into it.
I think if with us starting in October, or the way we had talked about, we're gonna have a year to be able to raise the money.
But it's still a way of the town giving back to our community.
Well, we cover the, isn't it, there's some things we cover, like getting the license, is it?
Yeah, we have to get a couple licenses, like the festival, for the stage, and the permit to put the,
Yeah, we did pay for that. I don't know how much though.
That was not much.
she sent me a receipt.
It was a couple $100, wasn't it, for the,
Yeah, the festival for the stage isn't cheap.
yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh, this was,
The stage was like 300 to 400, I think.
Yeah.
350 something.
she sent me this, but she didn't put it on there. She just sent the representation.
Okay. Gabby says she thinks it was like 350, 400. I think that sounds right.
I don't know what the banner permit costs.
Gabby, do you know what that costs?
The banner permit. Was that the first one that we applied for?
Yes.
That was like around $100, I think.
So the town is covering approximately $500.
Yeah, I mean, she said we should have plenty of time to fundraise for it. The town's never paid for a festival before, I just think.
Well, just because they haven't before doesn't mean they can't start helping.
I would kind of like to see what we can do without it first. I don't know enough about the budget
Well,
process.
I know part of it this year was there was money that people had donated for the town to use it for however they saw fit, that Tara was using that money for it. There was no specifics on it. And when people donate money like that, I think that's a good thing, that we can take that back and give it back to the community and use it in that way.
Is that the Snyder Fund or the?
No, they were just individuals that had donated money to the town.
So what we
If I
can
may
do going
interject
forward, I think then going forward, if someone wants to donate money, they need to be told that you can donate it to the Fall Festival Fund, because we are going to have one.
Yeah.
And then that way it keeps the town out of being the decider of how that money is spent.
If I may interject something there, one thing that you could do, considering that the amount of money that came out of the town was, I'm not minimizing it, but at the same time, it was a rather minuscule amount. It was a small amount of money, it's $500. But what I'm saying is take that and put 1,000 with it, maybe, per se, and expand the festival to include maybe carnival rides, build the festival, make it bigger.
I would like to ask IPNL next year, because I know they help other towns with their rides and stuff. So that would be an avenue that we would like to explore as well.
Because
We also pay for, have our town marshal here for that day. His salary that day is also included in what we pay out.
there's enough law enforcement in the community itself, maybe we can get some good voluntary off-duty help too.
Right,
I'm sure,
right.
But I would think just growing the fest, look at the kids, and you would increase your draw big time. You would have Petersburg, you'd have Oakland City, you'd have Atwell, you'd have all the outlying communities. They would get it, bring them all in. It would just bring a little bit more to the table.
I'm all for that. My reservations come from the new House bill. I mean, we're going to be down a few $1,000s in the budget next year because of the new House bill on the floor. And I know, $500, $1,000 doesn't seem like much,
Yeah.
but when you run on a budget as small as ours, it can make a big difference. And only because of that. I mean, I don't have a problem at all. The festival, I think, is great, and I'd love to see a Ferris wheel out here. That we used to, in the old days when the Bridgeout Fest, there was carnival rides. But there was also a large committee that worked on it, and the fire department was very involved. The Lions were very involved. It was a lot more community involvement. That I'd love to see that grow. I know of some other communities that have these festivals that I've reached out to, that I'm going to turn over to you and Alex if she helps again next year. Some of the things that they do to fundraise and sponsorships that they get. So I would like to wait and see what we can do on our own before we.
I'll just say in 2 months, September and October, the donations just for the festival is $2,300. So if you fundraise for a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with what Jeff said. If somebody wants to donate money and say, just use it for what the town needs, why would anybody need to say, well, we can't do that, we need to do it this way? You need to tell us whether you want it for the festival, or whether you want it for this, whether you want it for that.
And that's why I said, when they come in, we ask them that question.
Right.
And they may
So
turn
then
around
that
and
way
walk
they
back
can
out.
say, okay, then yes, please put it towards the fall festival.
Right.
But they may turn around and walk out too. There's not a lot of trust with the townspeople right now. And doing that, and I get what you're saying, that makes sense. But doing it the way you said, I think it's going to cause even more friction.
but if they're just walking in here handing us a check, there has to be some trust.
Yeah.
To do
So
with
there's
it
gotta
as
be
the,
some kind of relationship.
to do with it as the town sees fits, what the town needs.
Well, and that, to decide what the town needs and is up to us five.
That's
Right,
right.
right.
So,
That's why you're there.
Yeah. I mean, that's our official position.
That was part of my point.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah, I think that's what we talked about. So. We decided we want to go.
Yeah.
We just have, we're having differing ideas of
Yeah.
what we think.
So you're just talking about putting a line item in there or having a fund separate for the fall festival.
Well, they're specifically wanting to budget $1,000 for the fall festival.
Right, but I'm talking about like for donations and stuff or fundraising, but you're saying you've already took in 2 or 3. So you've got a separate fund just for that, it doesn't go anywhere else. So if that's the case, there should be no questions whatsoever. If somebody comes in here and says, I want to get to the fall festival, so the trust stuff can go out the window.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying that's where I want to put it, that's where it's going to be spent, right there it is. It's pretty simple. So there shouldn't be any question about where that's going. When it gets ambiguous when you come in and say, here's $1,000, do with it what you want.
Yeah.
Well, then you just relinquished any say you had on that $1,000 you just turned into them. So don't come back later complaining on how it was spent.
Yeah.
If you gave it up.
I think the ones that she had donated were to use it for the good of the community.
Yeah.
They didn't say
They
what
didn't
was in
specify.
need. They
Right.
said what would be
Sure.
for the good of
I
the
understand
community. And the community coming together is a good thing.
Mhm.
And it was a great turnout.
It was.
And I know, we can say it's about our budget, but there were people that donated what the town donated on a lesser budget. So it's not about,
That was probably one of the best festivals I've seen in the 8 years I've been here.
We also, I mean, let's not forget too, though, that we have really bad roads. We have a lot that we need to come up with for infrastructure, sidewalks. I mean, I don't disagree. The festival was good, but we've got this amount of money,
Mhm.
which is less than it was before,
Mhm.
and we don't know yet the next year how much less it's gonna be. Our reserve is not as high as we need it to be to begin with. I mean, we're required by law to have a reserve, that we've barely, well, we just haven't had a reserve.
Right.
Can the townspeople do a fundraiser to help you guys?
Absolutely. And, going forward too, I think we discussed the way we ran the money through, it has to go through a nonprofit. And there is no nonprofit set up for the festival, so everything was going through the Parks Board. So going forward, next year, we definitely need to get a nonprofit, a 501 set up for the festival.
Why
People,
does it have to go through nonprofit?
If-
It never was before.
it has to be tax deductible, it does.
So the beautification committee was,
Yeah.
Yes, they
Yes,
had their.
they were.
they had a 501c3.
Yeah.
My neighbor was part of that group
Yeah.
that started that.
Yeah.
They did have that.
Yeah,
Or
they
can
did.
you just tie into that instead of going through the process?
They're
of-
defunct.
They just dissolved.
Yeah.
We could start a new one.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Yeah. But that's on the
work.
works.
I know
It's
it
a
is.
process.
I know it is.
It is.
I just would like for us to try one more year without doing it. Again, we have a lot of other infrastructure, road things that do need to happen.
You know,
Next year, we can revisit that.
there's one thing I did want to bring up. I don't know whether I should bring it up. Well, yeah, we're talking budget, so yeah. You guys all know now that I've got my own business. I do an embroidery business. Do it. And one thing I do intend to do is I intend to sell some merchandise at next year's, festival. You know, I want to have some festival specific stuff. You know, Winslow on the hats or hats, shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, that kind of thing. Am I going to be required to get any kind of official permission from the town to use Winslow on any of my stuff?
No,
Okay.
we don't own the rights to that.
Well, I
Do we
wanted,
have any logo?
There's a lot of towns called Winslow.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm just
No, I
trying
appreciate
to.
you asking.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah, I just want to make
I mean,
sure.
unless it's so I like the design that's on the sign out at the park out here
Right,
was done by an individual.
Yeah.
So
right.
I would say if you would choose to do, say that, then you might
Yeah,
want to
get their
check with that.
permission. But-
individual.
Exactly, yeah.
But otherwise,
Yeah.
You
we
can
don't
use
have it.
One of the designs I made up.
Yeah, we,
Yeah.
Right.
which, did you mention any of that?
We're
to
gonna,
the rest of
and
the
we'll
board?
do that in the other meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, I want to make sure I do everything legally and.
Yeah. We appreciate that.
There's a town donation line. It does not look like there is a festival line. But don't take my word for that, because I obviously did not do the budget.
Because I could set up a pretty nice fundraiser for that too,
So what do we,
where we could just sell them,
Right,
proceeds going to the.
yes, absolutely.
so what do we, what do we do? Do you have the ordinance?
Well, the town donation, is this what you're talking about, this R908?
very last,
Yeah, it's got, that's zero?
no. No, could be. I don't, the last, very last
Oh, the no
line
department
is
supplies,
no
operating
change, isn't it?
supplies, town donations, the 9,991, is that
Yeah.
what you're looking at? Do we know that that's, so is that what she's talking about? About
Yes.
this other one that says zero?
I don't know what that is. I don't think that's anything to do with the festival.
No, it's the town
It's the town
donation
donation, that's what Jeff's saying.
Oh, yeah.
has been donated.
Yeah.
Do what?
Oh, I was just showing you on the budget line.
Okay, so I don't know administratively what to do with with Tara not being here, do you have the ordinance in front of you? Can I see it?
I have everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that she needs you to sign.
You have to do a first, second read on the ordinances.
Do
This
I?
is not like that. This is the stuff that goes to the state. It's not like an ordinance.
So it's more of a resolution.
It says presentation and approval of ordinance 2025-8, 2026 budget.
Oh, maybe it is an ordinance, but we already went over it last in
Okay.
September. We don't have to go through it 3 times with this one. This is something that goes to the state and it's
Yeah, we were just talking about
particular
the
format.
change.
Yeah, whatever.
And I texted Tara and she's not responding about
Well, she just
moving that, so she's
she
not.
just had a baby yesterday. We don't want her to.
Well, she
She's a
said
little
if she has any
busy.
questions.
Can you compare these to what we had from September?
What are you just,
I think it's
oh,
the
are you just trying to
same.
figure out if the $1,000
Yeah.
was added?
Yeah.
That's all we're trying to figure out.
Well, no,
And
the
other
money
was
that you
taken
said to take out is what I was
Whatever
wondering,
that too.
whatever that 3,100 or whatever.
These are salaries.
Well, I'm sure that's probably not. If it's just last Thursday and she hasn't been here. But you can make a motion to amend them by that amount, all right?
I don't know what the budget deadline is.
Is it the end of the month?
No,
No,
it'll be before, you'll have to have your stuff turned in at DLG.
yeah.
Then in December, they'll get you, what is it, 1272? Yeah, that'll tell you whether or not you might get 85% of your budget.
Oh, yeah, here's the WCC internet, 957. That'll have to
And there's
come out.
that 220 also.
That's the 220.
Isn't that 221
Say,
or whatever you said to be money in addition to?
Yeah.
Middle of October.
I think so. Yeah, I think
Like
that's
the
why we had
12th,
to schedule
12th to
this.
14th,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says on that.
It's the 18th.
Am I right on this?
Because we had to have.
I did.
No, that's the one that we're supposed to sign to turn in. I don't think we should.
Why not?
Well, it's not correct.
It's not correct. Yeah, we can't approve it.
We need to take this out.
I don't know.
I see where it would. I think definitely
Okay, here it is. So the WCC internet, 957, needs to come out. I'll just put an X.
Okay.
And then that
The
220.
220, that's for the fire, on the side that comes out.
would.
Gas, electric stays in, water and sewer stays in. I don't see the Astro, she already knew about that, so
She might have taken it out.
She might have taken it.
Yeah, I knew she knew about something.
She- Something like that. to come out in the 20s here.
Yeah.
She was talking
You can always leave it in, knowing that DLGF's gonna get some out of it.
They are. You are correct.
So
They're gonna
just
get
leave it in and let
soon.
them make the cut.
Right.
I mean, instead of worried about all the procedure.
Right.
We can leave it there, but we cannot peg it as for the fall festival.
You need to do that in motion as far as.
It doesn't look like.
Right.
And then,
Oh, yeah, we could do that anytime. That doesn't have to be.
that way you can go ahead with your process, get your stuff.
Yeah,
set
because we need to go to the
DLGF.
next step. So
I'm gonna put
I make a motion that we go ahead.
One moment, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna make an X because this is gonna change this Marvin Snyder WCC.
Okay.
So the only thing I'm changing is just the Winslow Community Center because we're taking on those bills. So those are the only changes I see.
Okay,
And then the donation is just a general 9,991.
okay,
So we
Sorry.
could revisit it later.
okay. So Amy, go ahead.
Is
I'd
that
like to make a motion that we approve the budget with the corrections that we have so stated today.
one second?
Okay. Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
I
Any opposed?
think you have to sign something in there.
I will. All right, so that's done.
closes that meeting.
Would you like to make a motion to adjourn that meeting?
Make a motion to adjourn the
Second.
budget meeting.
All in favor?
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, give us a few minutes and then we'll start the next one.